Today, we have the greats of the game icons, and we're ranking all of them. That said, we have shifted around the tiers. We have top 5, extra broken, broken, rank 1, and foot champs. We shall not disappoint. Get in the comment section. Ooh, we're doing things different. Michael Ballack. Had the pleasure of seeing this individual play in person on multiple occasions. Strong. I want to start out in rank 1. Maybe he's pushing broken. And if we have not clarified, the top 5 will include the top 5 players from all of these icons. Ooh, Cafu, I love him. This entire year, he has got the job done. He's reliable. He's trusted, giving you that wing play. Now with another upgrade, and I can just smell the good performance on deck. Highly relatable. Cafu is the realest. Cannavaro, not quite in the same category. With the players we have, good enough for the weekend, no doubt, but undersized, not going to have the same physicality, just not going to take up as much space. And we're playing a game of percentages, and if you use the AI, which you definitely do, you have a certain level of reliable AI improvements on the defensive end. You want a larger center back. That's how I see it. And then Puyol, if you're putting him into motion, I will assume that you are a fan of Barcelona, and I understand. I respect it. Kudos from yours truly, but you're not helping yourself if we're talking about ability. Casillas, and with goalkeepers, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable placing them into different tier systems amongst all these outfield players because we're going to be opinionated and I need more time. Am I right? Am I wrong? That's up for debate. But the mic quality and the premium setup, everything in the office, El Gato. I'll leave a link below. Make a pickup. If you have questions, I'm here to answer them. Bobby. The Englishman has to join Extra Broken from RIP. Been influential, gotten busy, new icon, not been lackluster, not been second rate. He's been top tier, scooting, booting, and doing his thing. Ashley Cole, I wish that he had given us more. Maybe this is where I'm having some counter interest. There are left backs I would prefer. This is a brand spanking new promo. Is it going to help you stop any of those back post crosses? Absolutely not. And I have players in that position that are going to come in around the same price point that I would rather have in motion, but he's still solid. Rank 1. I'm not throwing any shade. Crespo, please tell me you did not complete that SBC. So overpriced. It hurts my heart because I remember when Crespo was a legend. Before they transitioned into icons, and he was the realest. I could have him up front with Kluivert and that 1-2 punch, creme de la creme, but not now, not today, and not tomorrow. Cruyff is in a conversation for top 5. I'll put him into that placement right now, and we're gonna have to revisit. But my first instinct says that he could be on the cusp. King Kenny, filth. Especially on a through ball, he's a merchant. That man is doing more than trading places. He's scoring a lot of goals and he's scoring for fun. Del Piero, double 5-star, controls the midfield. I kind of want him higher, but at least broken. I will not get away from that. I'm going to stay true. I'm going to stay strong. Desai, him and I, we have a trusting relationship. The man is dependable, and I don't want to take away from him. He does have a certain aura. There's just been better upgrades, maybe better places to spend some of your additional coins. This Fernando Torres is torturing me. That 99 pace, it feels real. Turn, burn, relocate, takes off into space, does what he needs to do. And I'm tempted to have a little bit of a lean. Steven Gerrard, I'm in a confusing position because if you're doing the objective, which you are, that's the unlockable, I would tell you to go for Toni Kroos. I'm leaning towards rank 1. Maybe broken is on the precipice. I'm not sure I got that word out right. Ruud Gullit, I don't think we need to do a deep dive here. Absolutely top 5. I don't think there will be any denying that level of talent, body type, upgrades, pace, recovery, confrontational. He's decisive, he's aggressive, and I want to avoid him at all costs. Haji might be a surprise, but I've got him in extra broken. This guy can do some things for you. You want to orchestrate an attack? You need to wiggle this way. You need a little left stick in that direction. Passing is at a premium. Anywhere you want it on the virtual pitch, it's been decided. Henry, also extra broken. The man has that talent. And I'm happy that EA has figured out how to make Henry feel expressive, resemble himself, because in previous iterations, we've had Struggle City. Hernandez, the Mexican, you're going to want him in FUT Champs. Good enough on a through ball, maybe not the complete striker. Does have aerial for a playstyle plus, which is a nice addition for winning knockdowns and headers and giving you just a little more versatility, if you will. Coman, I don't know what to do here. I want him in rank 1, but maybe as a holding mid. As a center back, I'd still lean on FUT Champs. He does everything relatively well, and he's got fulfilling stats. Defensively, he's still a little bit undersized. He's not a maniac, but this just doesn't feel right to put him into FUT Champs. So we're going back up to rank 1. Figo got some big upgrades. It's been an item that I've felt always had newspaper numbers, a little bit fraudulent, and I should put this out there. If it's not clear, I am comparing players and using the tiers based on how they compare and contrast amongst each other. Maldini, I'd like to have him in the top 5. I'm not sure if he's there just yet. We'll start off an extra broken. When we get to the review, we'll have that type of conversation. Lothar, the engineer, broken. Muller, we have back-to-back Germans. I'll get him into rank 1. Nedved, I love this individual in real life. But when it comes to the virtual pitch, and I tried to make it work, he could play throughout a weekend, but he's not going to be at that next level. Petit will surprise you. Good value there. Lovely return of investment. Can play him as a holding mid, also as a center back. Pirlo will not disappoint. The passing, oh, it's so precise. Dropping dimes, giving you the skills, got some explosiveness. He might need another nudge, a little notch. We'll have that combo. If you were not aware, at the end of the video, we do a full review, and there was always movement. Puskas, finally with some upgrades that we needed, not just in rating, not just some of the stats, but the weak foot, game changing. I want him in extra broken, but he's got an essence. There might be more to it. Rijkaard, FUT Champs, Rivaldo, extra broken. I didn't think I'd be saying that, and I don't mean that in a negative manner. We're not talking bedside, but Rivaldo, generally speaking, certain influence, and it's always had a threshold. This version has different potential. Roberto Carlos, love him, giving him broken. Ronaldinho will find himself in the top 5, and you're going to pay everything that you have in order to make that happen. R9 also joining the defining top 5. Wayne Rooney, so many stats. Where do you play him best? Where do you get the best output or package deal? Is broken enough? Am I being fair? Schmeichel, similar to Casillas, I'm just going to toss them into FUT Champs. We need more time with some of the goalkeepers. Seedorf will surprise you. I've been going up against that item a lot. Has an SBC, not unfairly priced. If you wanted a Seedorf that can move the needle in the middies, that guy can do it. I want to clarify with Alan Shearer that the bottom of our list is FUT Champs. It is not a pine. It is not a debate. Without a doubt, qualified and has the right material, was an objective. The price was right. Free are us. We'll put Sanchez, Big Hugo, or not so Big Hugo, into FUT Champs. Trezeguet is the only player that I actually believe would be in a different category. He still has the double 4-star, doesn't have as many playstyles as some of these icons. He's better, but he's not brilliant. Vidic, ooh, the physicality. It's absurd. A man amongst boys. Absolute escalade of a center back. Not to be taken lightly. Vieira, I'm not sure if he's going to get himself into the top 5. I'm leaning on him being more so suited for extra broken. Xabi Alonso, I really like him. And if you enjoy a player like Pirlo, Xabi could fit into that. A lot of facilitation that's coming in. Unmatched, unparalleled, except for the likes of his Spanish partner in crime, Xavi. I think you're getting such good value, and that's not what this list is necessarily about, but you're not overspending or overpaying. And what they can do in the midfield, how they unlock space, delivery, it's always a 5-star, guaranteed. Zambrata, I believe this should have been a 95, but I'm still giving him rank 1. Zanetti deserves a rank 1 sighting. Zico, all day, every day, at least extra broken. And then Zinedine, I want to start him out in extra broken. And we're going to have some deep level conversations about how we want to facilitate and formulate and finalize that top 5. Shall we review? Normally speaking, we don't move around FUT Champs. Today could be a different day. To be a broken record, for goalkeepers, they could easily be much higher. I just want more games using them, going up against them, and being able to have proper metrics. You just need more time in the game. Even Crespo being a 97, I don't think he goes up to rank 1. Let's take Stevie G up to broken, which I believe most of you will agree with. I've had top tier experiences with Desai, but rank 1 is that type of story. That's the narrative. Some of you will talk about Michael Ballack. I'm okay with that. I would prefer Xavi and Xabi Alonso and Pirlo in the midfield. Is that a wild statement? I don't know. Roberto Carlos, class out wide. Steven Gerrard, some of y'all will make a case. Torres, problematic. And here, the top 5, I'm actually going to bring down Cruyff, as good as he is. I don't know if Zinedine Zidane's going to get in there, Zico or Vieira. Can Puskas make moves? King Kenny. This might be the most controversial top 5 I've done. R9, Ruud Gullit, Ronaldinho are certified. Henry, this year, different gravy. I think he needs to be there. This is my personal experience. I'm not knocking Cruyff, but the 99 dribbling, that's not what that's going to feel like. Maybe I have a bias where I want the greatest defender to ever do it. Maldini joins the top 5. Is that where we're going to lock it in? Zinedine's always been almost too well-rounded. He'd almost be better suited if he was the greatest holding mid or the greatest attacking mid versus having some of the ability to do it all. Zico this year, deadly. Vieira, deadly. Puskas with this upgrade, whoo! Vidic, what? Maldini, by the way, should be higher rated than Vidic, and I stand by that. On this line, we got to move someone down as well. I'm going to take Bobby into broken, which I think is fair. Just making the page look a little more easier on the eyes, adding some symmetry. Maldini's an odd character because statistically, you will be able to find better center backs, but they don't outperform them in game. This Rivaldo, I know, is highly expensive. I know that he's a green light certifiable difference maker, but at the end of the day, this is my top 5. The players that are an extra broken, they're not going anywhere. Lock that in. Throw away the key. This might get highly controversial, at least a few of the choices, but that's why we have a comment section. Run it up. Let me know what you would change, and I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.